Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I really hope y'all can hear me okay because the dishwasher is going in the background. And your girl is making pasta salad tonight, so I'm super excited about that. But this is a topic, if you clicked on this video, you know you're either interested in this topic or you've been having, some thoughts like, interesting. I had to say this, especially from my, on my channel. I've talked about it a couple times that growing up I was a people pleaser. So I tend to kind of talk to the ones who are coming out of the people pleasing mindset, who are coming out of that environment and they're stepping into their true power. I tend to talk to y'all. My credentials for even talking about this topic, that 90 to 98% of people are out there to manipulate you. You need to be self-aware of that. Is I took a year of psychology. I took in college, in my early college days, I took a semester of sociology, and I read a lot of psychology and sociology books. Not only that, I pay attention to people and their behaviors towards me a lot. Not only, I know it's crazy, and not only that, I've been an adult, really an adult, just getting in there, being an adult for about five and a half years. I feel like I've kind of like really been sat in there, and in April I'm going to be 26 years old. So I feel like those are my credentials to allow me to be able to properly talk about this topic. If you don't know me, my name is Geneva, and this is my YouTube channel, Letters by Geneva. And here we just kind of talk about things that we notice out here in the world. I notice out here in the world, and I'm starting to figure out, and I bring it on this channel and we dissect it together. So if you're interested in that, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe. It really helps to build this community that I know is going to be great one day. Amen. It already is. Amen. So this topic, most people are out there to manipulate you and have something to gain from you not being aware of who you are, came about. Basically, I was just a quick little story time on how I even got to this topic that I'm talking about. It basically came about because I am going back into a career field that I previously did in the past, and I was just kind of thinking like, what did I do to be successful in this career field? Why did I leave? And stuff like that. And one thing I was thinking about was this boss I had and what they had done to me, which, it wasn't the end all be all on why I left, but it was a good factor of the reason on why I left this job. They basically, it was my birthday that day, so I was running late. I'm gonna be honest, it was on a Saturday and I just didn't want to come to work. I was like, I already put my time in, and they didn't accept it, even though I did it 3 months in the past. And so I'm just lollygagging getting to work. It's 6 a.m. in the morning that I gotta be there, so I'm lollygagging getting to work. But we were all told that we have to be here, so I'm lollygagging getting to work, and I think this person thought that I wasn't gonna come to work because I was late. And they ended up sending me text messages, and I was receiving a whole bunch of, like, my phone was bzz, 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 while I was driving. And they were basically saying, do you want to keep this job? This and that, using fear tactics on me. Come to find out later, they were bipolar. But I had a panic attack while I was driving, and I didn't even realize it. Like, I was working a 9 to 5 back then, and they were buzzing my phone. I'm driving. Here I am speeding up, so there's a possibility that I can actually get into a car accident and hurt myself. And I had to stop driving because they were calling and texting my phone, and I could just hear my phone in my purse in the passenger seat just bzz, 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 just buzzing, going off. I was like, this man is freaking crazy. I had to literally stop the car because I said, first of all, my heart is beating so bad I can feel it in my neck and I can't hear anymore. And I just realized I allowed somebody to dysregulate my nervous system. And I feel like in the society that we live in today, the world actually this world moves and runs on people not having regulated nervous systems, people making quick, rash decisions out of fear. They use a lot of fear tactics, especially in sales. And they use a lot of tactics that, first of all, I feel like one, America, but also the world works on you not being self-aware, you not knowing whose you are or who you are. This world literally moves on you not being self-aware, you not feeling confident, you not being, you know, who God has called you to be. So a lot of times we act out of what we think is self-interest when it's really other people's interest, and we're not being the highest version that God has called us to be because of whatever reason. And I realize most people, like I said, you know, before the video started, like 90 to 98, maybe even more, 95 to 98% of people actually benefit from you not knowing who you are. Like, you're not useful when you're successful. You're not useful when you're self-aware. You know, you can't watch the kids when you are aware that it's a time waster for you. You can't, I even realized, like, I love my family and everything, but I remember they would used to tell me to go watch the kids because I had, at the time I was unemployed and I had nothing to do. And they're like, well, you have nothing to do. And I'm like, okay, but I'm still working towards, you know, my most successful version. Why do you think that you know, have autonomy over my time because I'm not employed at the moment? And then they're like, oh, you know, you're being a rude person for not, you know, helping out. And I'm like, how? This is just the stuff that I started realizing. Whenever you are not useful to other people, they think you're being selfish. And it's just like, like, how am I being selfish for, you know, valuing myself and wanting to level up? When you are trying to level up, I'm telling you, a lot of times the enemy is looking at that. Like, it's so crazy. Like, this world, honestly, I genuinely think that this world is crabs in a bucket. When you're trying to rise up and you're trying to figure it out, most people are going to try to grab you down, for real. And those people who are trying to grab you down are usually people in your family, your parents, your siblings, your cousins, your uncles, your aunties, your relationships, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever you got going on, your toxic friendships. You think they're your friends, but they're really not. These are your toxic friendships. And then the funny thing is, even strangers. Have y'all not seen a comment section of any video on earth? It could be the most positive thing going on in the world, and there's somebody trying to be negative about it. Literally, co-workers and bosses who don't even know you for real are trying to stress you out and make you miserable. Everybody has something to gain from you not being the highest version of yourself. This is why, you know, y'all hear me talking about entrepreneurship and all these other things. For me, I'm realizing that this requires a different version of me that I've never been before. And it's scary. You have to be self-aware. You have to be self-aware. It's literally every day me and the girl in the mirror. And I'm realizing I may not be able to figure everything out about myself. God is convicting me often and always, and it's scary. Like, I look at myself and I sometimes get self-conscious, like, wow, I'm not really who I think I am, but I am if I'm thinking about it. But every day you realize you have to put that armor of God on. You have to talk to that person in the mirror and see what she's thinking. What is she up to? You know, this world, there are people out there, and I say get around people who actually want to see you succeed. Get around, and not even people who necessarily want to see you succeed. Get around people who are doing the things that you want to do. If you are somebody who wants to be more fit, start talking to physically fit people. Start being around them. Start hanging around them. If you want to be around people who are more financially successful, start talking to them. The type of rooms where you want to be successful, you want to be a higher value, or you want to be more valuable in conversations, start getting in those rooms. I learned every day, day by day, You're not gonna know unless you try. Stop trying to be Miss Perfect before you get into those rooms. Go into the rooms already messed up a little bit and go in there and figure out what they're talking about. See what they're talking about, right? Come back and you start Googling that stuff. Start figuring out what the heck they're talking about. Okay, these people are talking about art in these rooms. I'm like, I don't know what the heck y'all are talking about. I've had to study artists lately. I've had to study new hobbies, and I'm growing in ways that I never thought, that I needed to do. Like, even I had to stop watching Netflix all the time and actually pick up a freaking book. Come to find out, my vocabulary is trash. I have to start reading more. Like, these are things you figure out, as you go. And I think it's just, I don't know, life is crazy. I think it's just you're realizing when you start. Oh, I'm sorry for having the knife fall in y'all's face. I don't know where this video is going, but I just have to say, like, most people have something to gain from you not being self-aware, you not valuing yourself. If you do not take the rings of that bull, which is your life, and actually, like, direct your path the way that it's supposed to be going, somebody else is going to do it for you, and they're going to be glad to do it for you. Know where your life is going. Know who you are. Talk to the Lord. Figure out what your purpose is every day and move towards it. Stop, I just feel like it's come to a point where it's like, what the heck? I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, I get shocked to know that people really do just want to use you. And it's sad, it's unfortunate, it's frustrating, but it's also, what pushes you forward, or like at least is pushing me forward to realize I can't rely on other people in order to receive my success. Period. Anywho, that's it. That's all. I know this video is everywhere. I'm probably going to have to fix it again. But I love y'all so much. Y'all take care. Bye. I also wanted to add from my video, this is literally the next day, but I also wanted to add about people being manipulators and using tactics to manipulate you into doing something that they want you to do. I also learned that it's not always that they're doing it out of malicious or devious intent. And the reason why I'm saying that, because I know people are like, people trying to manipulate you is malicious and devious. I would have to say a good amount of people are manipulating you out of possible past traumas. They don't really know that their behaviors are manipulative, because a lot of people are not looking in the mirror and seeing, versions of themselves. I believe that I'm a type of person where I'm trying to learn myself and grow. I talk about it all the time that I used to be a people pleaser, and for a long time didn't even know that I was manipulating people to be nice to me. So I was being nice to people in order to get them to be nice to me. That was me not being my most true, authentic self. I was trying to be nice to people in order to get them to be nice to me. That's a form of manipulation. But I was not aware that I was being a manipulative person by doing that behavior. So that's why when I say that, some people are manipulators and they don't even know that they're manipulating people, or they think that they don't have any malicious intent on they don't think that they're have any malicious intent on being a manipulator, is because a lot of people are manipulators or doing deviant, like, behaviors for real, because they got demons on them, for real, because they're reliving traumas and reliving experiences that they had in the past, and you're just another character in their life, and a lot of people, this is so freaking scary, but a lot of people are literally, they have a certain script in their head about you. They have a certain script that they continuously live by. Even me, I've had to realize that for certain people, I have particular scripts for them, and they're playing in my my play and they don't even know it. And that's where you have to realize like people are in the head. Like, people are off in the head. You don't even realize that they have a script for you. You need to put the armor of God fully on you. You are messing around with people day in and day out who have been either they're mentally messed up and they have been undertreated or mistreated or not treated at all. People are off in the head, and it could be due to trauma, it could be due to PTSD, other issues, and it can't just be due to people not looking at that demon in the mirror every single solitary day. For me, I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but my goal is to consistently look at that demon in the mirror every day, look at myself in the mirror and see how I am doing stuff. I literally pay attention to myself in interactions with other people and I see, why am I nervous? Why did what she say bother me? I'm always questioning, and I think that's very important to become more self-aware. And I'm not saying how you have to be aware, but like sometimes whenever I interact with people or I'm doing something throughout the day, why am I upset? Or that's a weird emotion. Like lately I've noticed I even have emotions that I don't have a specific a specific definition for. I have an emotion that I don't have a specific definition. And that kind of scares me a little. Like I'm a grown ass woman and I'm having an emotion that I don't have a definition for. I can't explain. This is not explain this, but I'm experiencing pain right now. And I don't know why. I guess what I'm trying to say is yes, people are manipulators out in this world. You're not nobody's punching bag, but in the same sentence where I am calling people manipulators, I also am saying that I do have a lot of grace for people, and God calls us to have grace for others because we don't know why they act like this. We don't know what's going on in their head. We don't know where they come from. We don't know. So you can't just look at someone and say, "Oh, this person is an evil person." you know, I'm not saying every day I have this type of grace for people either. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes, bitch, you wanna have a problem, I got a problem with you. Like I'm not saying every day that I'm miss grace and glory, but I also realize that I have enough love to give to pay attention most days. Like other than that, I would have to say I love you guys. Take care of yourselves, work on yourselves. I am coming to a point in my YouTube channel where I really want to talk to you guys more often. We were at 29 subscribers. We are at 42 subscribers. Y'all are crazy amazing. I didn't even think I was going to make 42. Like, I believe we can get to 100 soon, but that wilded me out to hear that I have 42 subscribers right now. That is insane in the membrane. I'm going to put my email in the description. I've been wanting to talk to y'all so bad lately. I want to hear y'all's ideologies. I want to hear what y'all are doing in your lives, your ideologies. And yeah, I want to hear y'all's points of views, y'all's ideologies, because on this channel we talk about these things and I want to dissect it with you guys. What have you been experiencing in your life, and what books are you reading and stuff like that. So until next time, I love you guys. I hope you take care of yourselves, and until next video, bye.